Hi guys, what's up? It's been a while. I am making this quick update to let you know where I'm at in my injections and how everything's been going. Have I had any symptoms? So something just really quick to update you guys. I have been on the injections for, I'm getting to the end, so roughly about 12 days already. So yeah, and I already uploaded like my injection video. So I'm currently on IVF, Cetrotide, and Menopur. Symptoms, not really any. The only thing I did notice, and it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes when once I put in the needle, that doesn't hurt at all. But when you inject the medicine in your stomach, sometimes you feel a little bit of tingling or stinging. Nothing like super uncomfortable, but it's like, like it gets your attention basically. And that only happens normally with the Menopur and sometimes the IVF. But the Cetrotide, I feel like that one goes in like easy peasy, no problem at all. So that's the only thing that has changed. Again, it doesn't hurt when the needle goes in. It's mainly when I inject the medication, like when you actually push it in yourself. Other than that, I did notice I bruised a little bit in like a little bit of my stomach area. I don't know if it's because there's so many needles going in like the same general area, or if I'm doing it wrong. I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys experience that as well. But it's nothing like major, but you can tell that there's like a little mark, like little internal blood marks, and then one of them actually turned into a bruise. So I don't know. Egg retrieval is coming up soon, which is exciting. I'm ready to get these suckers out because you can definitely feel your ovaries a lot more because they're getting filled with fluid and with eggs. So you just feel kind of full and heavy in this area, in your stomach, lower abdomen area. And sometimes it can be a little uncomfortable. I've been noticing I have to sleep like a certain way. I can't sleep not on my stomach at all, which I don't really sleep that way anyways. But yeah, I got to avoid sleeping certain ways just because it's just more uncomfortable. Okay, so as far as like doctor visits, I started my injections on the 6th, August 6th. And I've been consistently doing them every day around the same time. On the 10th, which was 4 days later basically, I went in for a blood test, just blood test, no ultrasound. And they just want to make sure your body's reacting to the hormones correctly and everything's going good, which everything was fine, thank God. And then 3 days later, which is kind of annoying, you're like in and out of the doctors like the whole entire month, which is kind of annoying. Luckily, I am not working at the moment, so my schedule is completely open, thank God. But I don't know how I would do this, and I don't know how you ladies do this with a job. I guess your job would just have to be very flexible and understanding, which they should be. But yeah, you're just like in and out of the doctor a lot. So yeah, 3 days later, sorry, on the 13th, I went back in for a blood test, and this time they also did an ultrasound. And the ultrasound, they put it's basically like you're getting a vaginal ultrasound. Yeah, duh. But they push it against your ovaries to count how many follicles are there, and they also go by the size and how they're growing and stuff like that. Initially, I didn't have very many. I want to say, I don't remember the exact counts. I should have wrote this down, but I want to say I had 10 on one side and 8 on the other. And I was like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Like, why don't I have that many follicles? So, I started freaking out. But as far as like the sizes, I don't really know that specifics. Like my doctor's office, they don't keep you in the loop, which for me, I think it's a good thing because I'm one to like overthink things, worry, and like play it in my head over and over, and I start stressing myself out. So luckily they don't do that, but I know a lot of women want to know those kind of stuff. But I want to say it was in the normal range of size, which I want to say is like 6 and 8. But yeah, I didn't have very many, so that's one thing I was freaking out on. So they said to keep my dosage, everything the same. So I guess that was a good thing that they were growing normally. I'm looking at my my schedule here. So 2 days later, I went back in and they checked and see how much they have grown, and they did grow, and I actually had more follicles. So instead of the 10 and the 8, I had 14 on one side and then 16 on the other. So I was like, ooh, at least some are growing more. But come to find out, they have to be big in order for them to be usable. So, I mean, they probably wouldn't even make it in time of like the retrieval, like to be like mature size. So we'll find out. But other than that, everything looked good. I got a call from the doctor that following day, and they were saying, because my retrieval was initially supposed to be on the 17th, which was going to be 2 days later from that blood test and ultrasound. So they're like, the doctor wants you to stay on medication 1 more day. And I'm like, oh my God, really? I'm like, so something's not wrong. They're not big enough or something like that. They were in the range of like 16, 18, 20. I did have some that were 20, but most of them were like 16 and 18. And I guess in order for them like to think that you're ready to retrieve them, they wait till like they're about 20, 18 to 20, but not all of them were there yet. So yeah, doctor said 1 more day of meds, which was really annoying because I ran out of my meds. Like they gave me exactly the amount until like what they planned me to be ready for. So tell me why it was like the cost of the meds for 1 day was the fucking, excuse my language, was the fucking same price as I paid for my entire cycle of meds. I think I paid, thank God for insurance, and I had like compassionate care, so yeah, I got a discount. It was like 25% on top of that, which was amazing. So like the entire 10, I want to say like 10 days of medication costed me, and including like my Lupron shot. You guys seen my unboxing video. If you haven't, I'll link it below. But yeah, I got even my Lupron and my progesterone and antibiotics. So I got all this extra stuff on top of like 9 or 10 days of medication. So that costed me right around $450. Thank God, because I've heard so many women paying like thousands of dollars. So thank God that my insurance does cover a lot of it. But the lady at the pharmacy told me that they didn't use my insurance for my meds, which I was like, what? Like they didn't cover it or something like that. And I'm like, well, how did I pay that little bit? But they said that they used a lot of coupons. I'm like, where did these coupons come from? So I don't know if they hooked me up or if they did use my insurance. I don't know. But I went through Freedom Pharmacy. So if that helps, check them out, because I paid super cheap for all of that. I had compassionate care, like I said, on top of whatever coupons they use, and if they use my insurance, I don't know. And then for 1 day of medication, I obviously couldn't get like a mail order. I had to get it in the pharmacy, purchase it at retail. This is what really pissed me the fuck off. It was $414 for 1 fucking day. 1 day of just 1 Gonal-F, 1 dosage of Menopur, and obviously 1 Cetrotide, nothing else, just 1 of each. The most expensive thing was the Gonal-F pen that was like almost $250. Menopur and stuff, that was 80 and 80, I think, I want to say. So like, oh, I was so pissed, and I like called my insurance company and was like, what the fuck is going on? I paid $400 for all of this meds, and you guys are asking me to pay $400 for 1 day of meds. Like, I was just freaking out. But I don't know, if they didn't use my insurance, then maybe that makes sense. But I'm not complaining, because like I said, a lot of women do pay a lot more. A lot of families do pay a lot more than I did. So I'm grateful for that. I better not get a bill in the damn mail. So anyways, after my little rant, sorry, thanks for listening. So I picked up the meds, and I took the injections already. Today is the 16th, so hopefully tomorrow when I go to this freaking appointment, it is okay and everything is all good, because I do not want to go back to the pharmacy and buy another day worth of meds. So please cross your finger. So if all goes well, I will trigger on the 18th, and on the 20th, it will be my retrieval day. So, I hope everything goes as planned. It already kind of sidetracked, right? Like with me, everything's always difficult. Anyway, yeah, so I will update you guys tomorrow to let you know what the verdict is and if I'm going to be ready for retrieval or not, or if they're going to put me on meds again. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry this was longer than I expected, but I didn't make daily videos of like blood tests and ultrasound because that would be quite repetitive and boring. So again, if you have any questions, leave them below. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. A button, I believe, is normally down there. Subscribe to stay updated and you'll get alerted when I get a new video. So you can watch along. But thank you guys again. Thumb up the video if you liked it. I will see you guys soon. Bye.